What is up, friends? Alexandra here, speaking with you. So this is a video that I promised 2 weeks ago. I promised I was going to publish a video on support, and 2 weeks later, here I am. Life gets on the way all the time, and something that I have been learning for the past 2 weeks, or longer than that, but more aware of it this past 2 weeks, is that life will always get in the way. Problems will always happen, and we have to learn to live life from where we are. So here we are. This whole conversation around support started because for myself, I was noticing that I was feeling some shame and around asking for support. And so I became very curious about it. And what I learned was that I had a bunch of limiting beliefs around support. And I actually wrote them down. I have them right here next to me. And some of them are mine, some of them are limiting beliefs that my friends have shared with me. So I'm going to share them with you to see if any of these resonate with you. And again, this has to do with asking for support. So, limiting beliefs. Asking for support means that I'm weak. If I need support, something must be wrong. I don't need support for things that seem little or stupid. Like, why would I ask support for. Like, why would I ask my husband to watch my daughter when she could just be here with me while I clean the house? Like, I don't know. That's just a silly example, but it makes a really big difference if I ask my husband, hey, can you watch my daughter, our daughter, better said, so that I could clean the house? Could you go out for a walk? Can you take a 30-minute walk so that I can clean the house? It's something that seems very little and stupid to me, but it makes a huge, huge difference. What is it? Oh, let me prove to the world that I can do it alone. That's actually one of mine. I have one of my core values is independent. So I have been very independent since I was 18 years old, 100% independent for myself. And so due to a traumatic experience that I had, being independent, it's like it shows up everywhere in my life. So asking for support does not fit in with being independent. And so it has been a real struggle because I always want to show up in life as I have it all figured out. I can do it by myself. And in reality, I can't. I'm going to bed crying because I can't do it alone. Okay, that's me. I'm strong. I don't need support. I don't want to bother people. I don't want to be a burden. I think that's a very, very common one. And the easiest way to dismantle this one is by asking yourself how you relate to those people that ask you for support. Like, what do you think about when someone comes to you and asks you, hey, could you listen to me for 10 minutes? I have something going on. Do you judge them and you're like, oh, really? Like, what do I need? Like, why do I need to listen to this person? I mean, I don't know. You might have some judgment actually around there. So if you do, just become aware of it and work on it. That's how we working on these things and on our self-awareness about our beliefs is how we start changing our behavior and our relationship with things in life. What else? Shame on asking for support. Here's another one. People don't want to be around anyone that has a problem or people that seem unhealthy. So I think this one comes mainly from social media and the impact that social media has had on us, and which is that people on social media, they show up as happy, as having it all figured out, as successful. Very few people are really posting something that they're sad about. Like, nobody wants to share their private life about when they're sad or their failures or things like that. Like, very few people do that. And because of that, because of what we see, we feel that we also have to be that way, and that if we're not, then there must be something wrong with us, and as a consequence, other people won't want to hang out with us. Let me see if there is more. Show like I have everything under control. That's definitely one of mine. As I said, I'm like super independent. I want to show that I have it all figured out. And all of this is great. Know that when all these beliefs that you have served you at some point in your life. I mean, for me, as I said, being completely independent and having control over things in my life has really helped me to get things done, have my life together, have my own apartment, get a job, and just be self-reliant. I normally don't have to rely for people, and I get things done on my own. It serves a purpose. However, and here's the best part. Okay. If you want to take on this personal growth journey, you can't do it alone. If you want to reach your potential, you can't do it alone. And that is why companies and organizations have teams, because they need people. You need people to work on that vision I can't even say that you have for yourself, that dream that you have. You need people to help you achieve it, to help you work towards that, because we cannot do it alone. So if you really want to reach your potential, whatever that looks like for you, you need other people. We need other people. And so, by the way, I did a mind map, and that is what I am looking at. Yes, this is how I think. I do mind maps, and I just write things in there, and I share. So, where was I going? Oh, okay, yes. So, first of all, what is your relationship with support now? I hope that by sharing all these beliefs that I just shared, you're able to see where you are in relationship with support. Once you know where you are in relationship to support, how you relate to support, you become aware of that. Ask yourself, is this serving me? Is pretending or having everything under control serving me? If I'm honest, it has served me a lot, but it's getting to a point in which I don't know everything. And sometimes, here's where coaching really comes in. For me, and for everybody, we cannot see ourselves, right? You cannot see the picture when you're in the frame. And that is why we need other people to show us, to put that which is behind here that we can't see in front of us, so that we may work on it and continue growing. And so this has taken time, and it has changed through time, but I have set up a support structure that as of today, it looks like weekly calls with one of my teammates from my coaching school. Every week we meet up at the same time, same hour, and we come with an intention in which we talk about, a breakthrough that we want to make happen, or a breakdown that we might be going through, or anything that is showing up. And especially in our coaching business, we'll talk about it in that 1 hour, and we'll get support. And it's life-changing because, one, you see that you're not the only one. And it's really, really, the thing with social media, like going back to it, it's really hard to connect with people who have it all figured out, who look like they got it all together. it's great because obviously you can look up to those people and learn from them. But then it gets to a point where it could get to a point where one, you might be comparing yourself with them and doing yourself some harm, or you might not just be able to connect with that person, because who connects with someone that has it all under control? So anyways, these weekly calls with my teammates really help me connect with other human beings that might be going through the same thing that I am going through. And there's a feeling after those calls that just make me feel understood. And yeah, I think understood, it's the word, like understood. And it uplifts me, it sustains me, it supports me so that I can continue growing forward, achieving my dreams. That's one thing I do. The other thing I recommend you to do is to get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. What uplifts you? Like, what songs make you happy? What kind of books make you smile and learn and be happy? What people encourage you? I actually have a list on my notes app that with I think it's like 8 people. I'm not sure how many people I have in that on that note, but I have a list of names of the people that encourage me. And these are very selective people that I chose because I know that every time I talk to them, I always get something out of value. Like, they always uplift me, they always encourage me. So who are those people? Make a list out of it. Have them in your phone so that whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling that you can't do it, that you're not enough, that you're not worthy, and all those things, you reach out to one of them. And okay, that's one. That's something that I do. And the other thing, and the last one that I'm going to share, is who are you spending time with? Change who you spend time with. Jim Rohn says we are the average of the 5 people we hang out with. That's probably not what he said, hang out with, but that's how it came up for me. So who are you hanging out with? You most likely you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. And if you're around people that are not learning, that are not growing, that are always drinking and smoking pot and partying, most likely you're going to end up doing the same. And I'm not saying that is wrong. It's not. It's fun. I'm sure it is. All I'm saying is that in alignment to who you want to be and where you want to go in life? So who are you spending time with? Change who you spend time with. And if you don't know enough people or don't have enough contacts, there's the internet. The internet has many masterminds, circles, communities online in which you can connect with other like-minded people, which I'm pretty sure live where you live as well, and you can meet up with them and start meeting new people. All right, my friends, I am done with this. This has been a long video, probably my longest video. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you think about support. What's your relationship with it? Does it matter? Do you even want to change your relationship with support? Like, what difference will that make in your life? I know that for myself, it has made a huge difference. What I am noticing is that ever since I became intentional about how I relate to support, is that before I will get down or feel down or, feel like a failure, and I will stay there for weeks, months, years. And now with this new support structure that I have in my life, I am able to get up quickly, like in matters of minutes, hours, sometimes days. but not weeks anymore or months anymore. It's not like before. So there is some power in that. Yeah. All right. That's it. We'll talk soon. Peace.